James Johnson left hand. Rose denies it. Wow!
Derrick with the drive.
back.
Over Holiday, hits it as time runs out. Derrick Rose wins the ball game.
This first one shows Derrick Rose somehow getting this shot to fall through two defenders. Rose drove into the paint and easily changed hands with the basketball, scooped it up and off the glass for a beautiful layup. With both defenders jumping up to block the shot away, it's shocking he was even able to get the ball off at all, nonetheless get the shot to drop.
By New York. Rose and Millsap. Crossover. Scooping. Got it.
His next Rose moment was when he dropped a whopping 50 points against the Utah Jazz during the 2018-19 season. Rose had an incredibly emotional post-game interview afterwards too, due to his phenomenal performance as he broke his career high in points. This was after so much adversity that he'd faced throughout the years, overcoming a lot of obstacles in order to get to this point. I mean, how can anybody hate this man? Speaking of that adversity, this next play comes before a lot of that, when he was still with the Chicago Bulls. With the clock quickly expiring, Rose made sure to get the last shot in the game against the Milwaukee Bucks, with the game tied at 108 apiece. Rose put the moves on his defender before pulling it back for a step-back mid-range jump shot to sink Milwaukee as the clock expired. One of the commentators even mentioned that it was one of his first jump shots of the night.
6 seconds, down to 4. Now he's going to go. He's going to pull up for a jumper, and win the game.
Chicago just had a few seconds in the game and the inbounds went straight to Rose. As he ran across the perimeter, he fired away a high-arcing shot over the outstretched arms of his defender and somehow got it to fall, much to the dismay of Cleveland fans all over the world.
Dunleavy looking, finds Rose. Rose trying to get open, fires away. Bang! It's over!
Unfortunately, Levine must have forgotten who he was going up against because he tried to stay in front of D-Rose the entire way. The only problem was that Rose hit a quick pullback and sent Zach stumbling backwards and out of the play.
Mirotic leaves it for Derrick, and they wall him off. Now Derrick starts to drive, step back, fanned inside.
Rose, though, didn't have anything to play off on this next shocking moment. He was able to bring the Chicago Bulls to the best record in the league early on in his career. If that wasn't good enough, the league decided to award him the Most Valuable Player award for that season. By receiving this award, Rose became the youngest player to ever win the MVP in the NBA, doing something we've rarely ever seen in league history. I guarantee you there were not many people out there expecting Rose to come away with the MVP at the start of that season. But it was plays like this that must have helped him win that trophy. Watch here as Rose decides he wants to take on the Indiana Pacers center underneath the rim by flying off his matchup and blocking Roy Hibbert hard off the rim to knock him onto the ground and lift the roof off the arena. Chicago was leading this series 3-1 at the time, so a play of this caliber at home just ignited the crowd.
Hasbro gets it down low, Hibbert. Here's Rose on the open floor.
The Cavs weren't able to come away with points on their possession, and the ball bounced right into the Bulls' hands and Rose just took off down the court. There was nobody left on the floor who could even remotely stop him here as he took off and slammed it down hard with LeBron James just watching from behind. Don't worry though, this moment gets better as Rose came out with 2 more monster dunks later in this exact same game. I can guarantee you the Cavs had to have been sick of him by the time this game was over.
The opportunity to go against Chris Bosh. How friendly are the Whittleson? Here's Rose all the way! Rebounded by Boozer. Got Korver on the wing. Here's Rose all the way!
But look at the explosion up top.
What a move by Rose! Oh! A move that you have ever seen.
Here we can see Rose flying in after this Denver Nuggets player while he was going down the court on a fast break. He soared into the picture and swatted the ball hard off the backboard.
Against Salmons, running in.
Rose found himself on a fast break after John Wall lost the ball while he was driving to the rim, so Derrick flew down the court and refused to let anybody block him off the backboard by rising up strong with 2 hands and stuffing it down for the Knicks.
Takes and throws it away. Rose pushes the ball ahead, should have an easy layup here and throws it down.
Now, that dunk was actually a little tame, but this next one was just insane. Rose was with the Bulls again here, and he tips the ball away on defense, and this left nobody even remotely near him as he picked the ball back up right next to the rim. Instead of just taking the easy layup or doing a simple two-handed dunk, Rose wanted to get a little flashy here. He's able to slow down, rise up, and do a double clutch reverse dunk to get the Bulls fans rowdy.
Back in for the Knicks. A bad pass picked off by Rose. Look out. Here's Rose.
All right, here Goran Dragic must have completely missed the memo on Derrick Rose when he was still with the Bulls. If you're Dragic here, you just got to make a business decision, dude, because the poor guy got killed under the rim.
Heinrich, good defense. Lead pass, Rose.
Stop it! Stop it! Do not do him like that! What are you doing, Dragic? Did you not get the memo?
Rose and the Bulls were down by 1 point against the Lakers on this special holiday game, and Derrick took a shot in the final seconds that wound up falling home after a wonderful shot over Paul Gasol. With just 4 seconds left in the game, the Lakers could only sit there in shock after watching this small point guard take a wildly contested shot against their tallest player on the floor.
The Bulls with a chance to win here on Christmas Day. Rose left, Rose in the lane, Rose, good! Derrick Rose and the Bulls come back to take a 1-point lead.
And the same kind of thing happened here against the Golden State Warriors. Rose was sizing up Klay Thompson, and Klay thought he contested this step-back jump shot pretty well with 7 seconds left in a tie game in overtime, but Thompson just wasn't able to do it well enough, as Rose gave him and the Warriors a nice little goodbye present to send him away with.
The floor on that side. Rose starts to drive, hands, fires, scores.
Big-time players make big-time plays.
All right, finally, we come to this insane block that he pulled off on Rajon Rondo in a heated 3-2 playoff series against the Boston Celtics. In triple overtime, with the Celtics down 1 point and there was only 10 seconds left, Rose saved the Chicago Bulls' entire season. He anticipated the move that Rondo was going to do and blocked his turnaround mid-range jumper to shut the play down and stop Rondo from hitting a shot that would have sunk his team and ended their year. I don't know if there is a more clutch, shocking defensive play than this one right here.
Over Rose, rejected by